Welcome in, everyone, to another edition of Argo Sports Insider. I'm your host, Will Kennedy, and right here on this program, every episode, we will shine the light on all the fantastic things that are going on with athletics here at the University of West Florida. Let's tip this episode off on the basketball court. Women's basketball is riding a 6-game win streak into this week's Gulf South Conference action. The Argos hit the road last week, knocking off 13th-ranked Lee up in Cleveland, Tennessee, before thumping Shorter in Rome, Georgia. UWF snuffed out the Flames behind 22 points and 12 boards from Jacqueline Jarnett. Zoe Pillar piled on 19 in the 78-68 win, Mariah Taylor tossing in 14, and the Argos hit 6 3-pointers in the victory over Lee. Saturday, it was Jarnett with 23 points and 15 rebounds, leading the way against Shorter. Jaden Langford added 15, Maddie Griffon with 12, and UWF cruised to an 85-47 win. The Argos are now 11-5 overall and 11-3 in GSC play.
Super impressed about how our players showed up for this past weekend of play. We knew going into Lee that, their environment and the way they play could, really cause us a lot of teams problems. It's a tough trip. And I thought we'd come out and played well from the jump to the very end. It was a solid game by both teams. I thought both teams played really well, and, we just happened to be the ones who finished on top at the end of the game. But super performances by Jack and Zoe. But I thought throughout the game, we had multiple players step up in multiple moments. So Jaden had a little stretch where she played well. Mariah had her stretch. Maddie had her stretch. Haley had her stretch. So multiple players kind of filling in some holes when we needed it. And I thought that was really the first time this season we saw that many players kind of step into their role and really dominate for a certain period of time, and then someone else step into their role and dominate. But it was awesome. It was a fun game. Obviously, to give Lee their first GSC loss of the season was phenomenal on their home floor. And then it really, for us, the challenge was, after Lee, what are we going to do when we go to Shorter? And we've had times this season where we've played well that first game of the series, and then all of a sudden the focus wasn't quite there, or maybe we just didn't play 40 solid minutes in that second game. So the challenge is how we were going to show up when we showed up at Shorter. And I thought our team did a phenomenal job there. I mean, we scored 20 points in every quarter of that game. We were really connected. We played great defense. We were amazing on the boards. Again, I thought Jack gave us a really solid performance there, but it was good. We had 5 players in double-figure scoring at Shorter. So again, a solid game in a moment when we could have, we could have been a little taking it easy, or sitting back on our laurels after that win at Lee, and that's not what we saw, and we were super proud of that. Well, we knew this was going to happen just later in the season, right? We started the season 1-3, went into Christmas break at 500. And I was preaching to the team at that time, is like, our team is coming along. We had a lot of growing to do. Remember, we brought 9 new players into our program, and most of them were at another university, but weren't playing legitimate minutes. And so it really took this group some time to kind of figure out, what is the skill set I'm bringing to UWF? How is my coaching staff using that skill set? And how can I fill in this role that they're asking me to do? And I think that's what you're seeing now, is we've got players who are stepping into that role. They are understanding their skill set and how that applies to our team, and they're applying it day in and day out. I've been super impressed with our team as far as their preparation, what they do on their own to get prepared for teams, but also how they prepare with us as a coaching staff. And again, I think we're seeing that growth pattern. I don't think we've peaked yet. I think we're still growing and maturing, but man, we're playing some good basketball right now. Yeah, with Delta State Mississippi College coming in, I think, again, 2 credible opponents, obviously in the GSC and in GSC play. Every team is tough. And so you can't look at the rankings. You can't look at a team's win-loss record and try to predict and determine how this game is going to go. We have to concentrate on what we do, and we have to execute our game plan. We've got to play well. And if we do those things, we put ourselves at a great chance of winning ball games. And if we don't do those things, we're going to have really hard, struggling nights. And I think that's what we're really harping on this week, is looking at Delta State, who is an athletic team who can play fast, who are going to pressure you defensively, and then moving into Mississippi College, which is a team who beat us earlier in the year on the road, but they've got a big post player. They've got some really phenomenal young guards, but it's going to be two different game plans moving into this weekend. So how we adjust to that and how we perform out of that is going to be key.
The Argos are back in the field house this week, hosting Delta State on Thursday and Mississippi College on Saturday, the 21st.
Change doesn't happen by luck or chance.
It doesn't quit, it doesn't give up.
Real change occurs in that split second, a moment of connection among people. Who will you connect with? What will you change?
What will change you?
The University of West Florida. No limits.
Can health insurance help cure loneliness? Can it take care of your best friend too? Or hold your hand for 9 months? Can it be there for you at 3 a.m. or inspire you to go the extra mile? We think so, which is why every day we ask ourselves, what else can health insurance do? Come find out.
What does Argo Spirit look like? Is it finding the perfect Argo outfit to show your team pride? Is it giving back while getting your pre-game grub? Or is it connecting with your community in the perfect spot? At Penn Air Federal Credit Union, it's being a proud sponsor of UWF Education, the Alumni Association, athletics, Penn Air Field, and having a spirit of communerosity. Learn more at pennair.org/aboutus.
The UWF men's basketball team split 2 games on the road up in Tennessee and Georgia. The Argos went back and forth with Lee and Cleveland before falling 74-68. Latrell Tate led the way with 18 points for UWF. Dan Sofield and Del Matthews put up 12 and 10. The boys bounced back with a much-needed victory on Saturday. Tate and Sofield combined for 41 points in a 72-54 victory at Shorter, with Latrell scoring 23 with 5 three-pointers. Coach Jeff Burkhammer's squad is now 8-10 on the season with a 4-10 mark in conference play.
Yeah, I thought we had a pretty good weekend. We played against the number 1 team in the league, Lee, on the road, which is a tough place to play. And game's tied with a minute to go. We made a couple mistakes in the last minute, but really played better, really competed well. Made some shots, which is a good thing to see, and I just thought we had a pretty good game there. It would have been nice to beat them at their place, but that's a tough place to win. And then turn around a couple days later and go to Shorter and really played well. Got off to a good start, defended well, got some deflections that helped us get into transition and really helped us offensively to get great looks. And then in the half court, we ran some good things and got guys great looks, and we were able to knock them down. So probably a pretty good weekend for us. Even though we went 1-on-1, I still think we played better, and it gives us a little momentum going into this week. Well, we moved Latrell back to the 2-guard spot, and it's really helped him. He's been very good offensively. He's attacked the basket. He's really shot the ball well from three-point range and has kind of become our go-to guy. And Daniel's now starting to make shots again. He went through a little stretch where he didn't shoot it well, but when we get those 2 wings shooting the ball well, it certainly helps our team and gives us options that spreads the floor now, and then that opens up things for Wendell inside. So hopefully we'll continue to shoot the ball well and play well offensively. 2 big games for us. These are really big games. I think Delta's a game ahead of us. We've already beaten them at their place, so if we could win that, we know we got tiebreakers on them. Mississippi College beat us on the road at their place in a game where they whipped us in the first half, and the second half was pretty much even. So I think we're playing better. I don't know how much those teams have improved, and hopefully we'll come in and really play well on both sides of the ball.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
What does Argo Spirit look like? At Penn Air Federal Credit Union, it's being a proud sponsor of UWF Education, the Alumni Association, athletics, Penn Air Field, and having a spirit of communerosity. Learn more at pennair.org/aboutus.
This isn't just any burger run. This is a burger run for Whataburger's sweet and spicy bacon burger. 2 fresh all-beef patties with melty cheese, grilled onions, crispy bacon, and sweet and spicy pepper sauce. One for you, one for him, and one for your unofficial roommate, Brad. Always order an extra. You know, for Brad. The all-time favorite sweet and spicy bacon burger from Whataburger. Just like you like it.
Groundbreaking orthopedic care is more than top-rated quality scores, more than leading-edge treatment options, more than world-class care close to home. It's all that and more. Andrews Institute. Groundbreaking care.
The Daily Medium Sub Special is back for a limited time only from Firehouse Subs. From Meatball Monday to Italian Sunday, a delicious deal for every day of the week, always handcrafted and piled high with hearty meats and cheeses, then served on a warm toasted sub roll. Order on firehousesubs.com or on the app to have your subs boxed, bagged, and ready for pickup. And a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs, save more lives. You know, on every episode here of Argo Sports Insider, we like to get to know our student athletes a little better, maybe have a little fun with them as well. UWF communications student Todd Sanderson had the chance to play the lightning round with basketball's Dan Sofield.
How's it going, Argos? My name is Todd Sanderson, and joining me today is Daniel Sofield. Daniel is a guard on the Argo basketball team, and I'm going to be asking him a few quick questions. Daniel, are you ready?
I'm ready to go.
All right, starting now. Daniel, what's your favorite theme park?
Favorite theme park? Ooh, Six Flags Great Adventure.
Any superpower?
Teleportation.
Teleportation? Personally, mine would be able to read minds, but only when you ask somebody where they want to eat. All right, favorite TV show to have on in the background?
I like New Girl.
New Girl?
Yeah, great show.
Favorite NBA team?
Favorite NBA team? Brooklyn Nets.
Brooklyn Nets. Favorite NBA player?
Probably Steph Curry.
Probably Steph Curry. He's a shooter. U.S. president you think would be a great ping pong player?
Ping pong player. Ooh, Abe Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln? I personally think Millard Fillmore would have a nasty backhand. Go-to fast food stop?
Go-to fast food? Whataburger.
That's the only right answer. Yeah. Favorite video game?
Favorite video game? Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption. You're hosting SNL. Who would you have as your musical guest?
Musical guest? Ooh. Dude, you got me stumped here.
This one's stumped.
I'm stumped here. Okay, musical guest. Probably Charlie Puth.
Weird Al Yankovic, got it. You're stranded on a desert island, and you could choose one of your teammates to be stranded with you. Who is it going to be?
Probably Latrell.
You're toast, Latrell. Daniel, thank you for your time. Good luck this season.
Thank you.
Go Argos.
That's a look at UWF basketball. Swimming and diving will also be in action this week. The nationally ranked Argos will be in the pool up in Atlanta, Georgia, January 20th and the 21st with meets at Georgia Tech and Emory. That'll do it for this episode of Argo Sports Insider. Of course, basketball kind of hitting the home stretch for you, but we'll have our spring sports coming your way before too long. We'll be previewing baseball, softball, tennis, and golf in upcoming weeks. As always, GoArgos.com is the place to get all the news that you need. You check your schedules, rosters, all that kind of good stuff, and the Argo Armada app as well, right there on your phone or tablet. All kinds of good information, plus some benefits for you out there in Argo Nation. And don't forget to follow us across our social media apps. Go Argos is always the home spot for that. We'll see you next time on Argo Sports Insider, and as always, go Argos.